This isn't Gauntlet. You've been lied to. You're being lied to right now. You should feel upset. Not that it matters. We're playing as Sif the Jagged. I chose the name Sif because Sif is the bride of 4 and had blonde hair, I think, and that's about all I know about her. And the Jagged because I think the word jagged sounds cool, and that's literally it. That's why she's called Sif the Jagged. And I've already skipped over the Bleak Falls Barrow thing. I've gotten the Dragonstone and everything. It's not, you know, I'm not gonna make you watch me spend the first hour of game time doing what everyone else does in this fucking game to get the main quest started. So we're gonna go to Whiterun now. And we're doing a one-handed only barbarian, like, light armor build. I tried to keep doing these, and I keep getting bored. But, you know. I think with Sif, we've got a pretty decent thing going. Let's go help out. We always do, right? If I don't get there in time, oh no, they're gonna call me a pussy. They're gonna tell me I'm fucking retarded. Come on, Danela. Call me a bitch. Let's do it.
Well, that's taken care of.
Yeah.
No thanks to you. Alright then.
Whatever. Fuck you. Maybe if you guys didn't eviscerate the giant in the first 5 seconds of it spawning in, I could help you. Let's go to the stables. Look how pretty that night sky is. What I love about the night sky in Skyrim is that you can kind of, oh my god, I don't know if you can see it. It's cool. I mean, it's not totally like that. You can, but the stars do line up. I think I've seen a star map of Skyrim, and it does line up with the skill stuff. So, I do wish Skyrim had a different way of doing skills. I wish I could choose like stats and shit instead of having a flat 0 across the board. I mean, of course, you know, like your stat numbers also matter.
Fine. We'll be keeping an eye on you.
You know, like say you have like 25 in one-handed and, you know, like 20 in smithing and stuff. It will stack stuff. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hey, Sweet Pea, how you doing, Sweet Pea? Like I have 28 in one-handed. It does matter. It does apply a multiplier to my damage, I think, and like swing speed and all that. But I wish I could choose like what to buff into off the bat instead of having it be race-based. I think it should be race-based to an extent. I think like, yeah, like elves should be better at magic, you know, Norse should be better at like one-handed, two-handed, that kind of stuff. I get that. I understand that. But it would be nice to dump stat, I guess you'd call it. I don't know what the kids call it these days, but I would like to put points into things I want to do. Like say I want to do a speech build, right? Say I want to do like an ambassador, you know, and I want to mediate every encounter I come into. I want to be able to talk my way out of fights. I want to be able to, you know, break up fights, you know, solve disagreements by just talking. You know, I never have to draw a blade unless it's absolutely necessary. And I can't do that in Skyrim because speech is, well, first off, speech is really hard to level up by itself. It requires you to barter, to persuade people, and it either involves spending money, selling things, or getting a speech trainer to train you. It doesn't happen passively, you know, like you don't get higher speech by swinging your sword around and hitting stuff like you do with one-handed, you know. Like if I were to walk up to him right now and just wail on this guy, I would level up my one-handed. But with speech, I mean, I can't just walk up and talk to him.
Brigands I can handle, but this talk of dragons?
Yeah,
Words
you
gone
see, like I
mad.
can't. It's more, and the same thing with magic. You know, like magic is super slow to level in this game because magic is expensive. You need to use magicka to use magic. You know, like watch. See, I want to throw flames out. That's not good enough. I have to be hitting things with magic or healing myself or
I've got your
casting
fancy
effects on
magic
things
someplace else.
to level up magic in this game. So magic levels. Hey, sweet pea. Hey, little noodle butt. Magic levels insanely fucking slow. If you're a mage character and you're playing Skyrim, you're going to level up half as fast as if you were just like like what I'm doing, where I'm doing like a one-handed light armor build. You know, I'm not gonna level up as fast.
Well met, kinsman.
Hey, sweet pea, are we snuggling? Is this a snuggle time? Oh my goodness, we're snuggling. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, I love Sweet Pea. She's so sweet. You sweet little lady. Look at them eyes, the big yellow eyes.
Come on
And
in.
that smile.
Let me know if you need anything.
Oh, that
Maybe some light
lovely Sweet
fire
Pea
or send
smile.
someone over.
And she's so squishy and fluffy. It's so nice. I want to sit down on the bench. The fuck?
I enjoy this work well in. Sadia, wake up, dear.
Yes, Mum. You want a drink?
What's on the menu?
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both.
What does cooked beef do? Sure, whatever. Thank you.
Now, please, no more questions.
What can I get you? Have you seen that shrine of Asura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
Mm.
Need anything else? Just let me know.
Want to hear a little Nord wisdom? You don't really know a woman till you've had a strong drink and a fist fight with her.
Oh, Sadia.
Yes, Mum?
You still need to remove that blood stain from the incident.
Oh, yes, Miss Hulda.
Mm. But as I was saying, I mean, it would be really nice. Oh, I see, it's the shadow. Okay. I have to say, why is there like a dark spot on my screen? But I'm guessing it's like a shadow or something.
You should talk to the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. And any aid you can.
Okay. Let's go do that. It's just a little disappointing. Can't, I mean, okay, I know this is kind of like your special stats, which is like your core, like these are the things that are going to determine your other stats. So let's say you have like, 8 strength, you can handle big guns and heavy melee weapons and wear heavy armor and have it encumber you less. So if you do like a high strength build, you're going to be inclined to use heavy weapons, heavy armor. If you do, like an intelligence build, you can do repair, you can do medicine, but you're not starting the game and then having, like, you do level up these things, but you level them up by unlocking levels in the first place. So you have like I don't know, like 35 repair, and then you level it. You level up, and then you can put more points into repair. And this results in characters having praise Talos. This results in characters having like super fucking high stats really early game. I'll admit, like you can be level like 8 and have 100, I think, in stats if you put it all into one thing. or into skills, I guess. If you put it all into one thing. But then you're missing out on a lot of other stuff. So you're also kind of incentivized to not just dump into one thing because, you know, let's say you're doing a gun build, so you're putting lots in the gun, but then you also want to have like the ability to talk to people, so you're putting in the speech as well, and you have like, you know, you have like average charisma too, so you're not putting it all into strength and agility, I think is what it is, for gun handling. You know? So you can create multi-builds in New Vegas. Whereas in Skyrim, I mean, the way that the leveling works, it's so constricted, it's so fucked that you're kind of forced to focus on, like, if you're doing magic, you're doing only magic, you know? If you're doing speech, you're only focusing on speech. If you're doing like armor, you have a little more leeway because not armor, a weapon like one-handed, two-handed. It's so easy to level up that you can afford to look at other stuff. You know, you can afford to do speech with a one-handed build because you're leveling up your one-handed naturally, and then you can spend money on leveling up your speech. You know, but at the same time, I mean, and then you have blacksmithing in this game, which is the worst goddamn thing ever, because blacksmithing takes so fucking long to level up by itself. It takes forever. There's a reason why people do the funny haha iron dagger meme. It's not just for fun. And it isn't profitable. You make less money than you do paying for the resources to build iron daggers than you do selling them. They do it because it's the only realistic way to cheaply level up. You know? You're smithing. It's awful. It's fucking terrible.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
We need more information before we act.
As House Carl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself. You know about Helgen? The Jarl will want to speak to you personally. Approach.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If
The
that
Jarl
dragon is lurking in the
will view
mountains.
that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could... Your particular talents, perhaps? Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
I may do a shield as well. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that part out.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill her in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks
Hey,
you can
little
be of use
lady.
to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragon.
Oh my goodness,
Yes,
sweet
I could
pea.
use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. You are eager to begin your adventure. Excellent. The sooner begun, the sooner done, eh? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me. That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim.
Farengar. Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I take this a bit more seriously than other you.
Father says I'm too young to train with the sword, so I practice with my fists.
Let's go.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the western... Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would have come off for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Irileth, we'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the dragon stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
No.
Ooh, hide shield. I was going to use a shield, right? It's a hide shield, so it's not very useful. Its armor stats actually lower than my fucking like boots I'm wearing, but
Can't afford to risk both of you. I
no,
need
whatever.
you here working on ways to defend the city.
It's a gift from the Jarl, right? So it has to mean something. And it's resist magic. So, it'll be useful at some point. If not, I can just hang it on my wall. You know?
Good luck. I hope you get there in time.
Yeah.
The guards in Dragon Street say you aided the Jarl. I'll be right on my fence.
Hi there.
Hello. You're the little one who begs, right?
Yes? Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart.
I always adopt her whenever I buy Bree's home. Or just any house.
I'm not afraid of you.
Isolde, was it? What brings you to the market?
I'm here to buy food, Nazim. I suppose you don't need to worry about that.
Owning a farm does have its advantages.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
I have tried mercenary work, and it's okay. But yeah, like I was saying, if we had a Fallout style system, maybe altered to better fit the balance in an Elder Scrolls game, you know, So like it maybe slow it down a little, like give you less points overall per level. Because I think in Fallout it's like 15 points every time you level up, usually. Uh, Something like that may have like 10 points or 8 points to kind of balance it out. That way, like you're going half as fast, which would like by the time you hit level 30, you would have a decent build for what you're trying to do. I guess that's something in Skyrim anyway. But what I'm trying to say is that like if you could start off the game by having the ability to like put lots of points into smithing, that way you're not spending the entirety of the game, you know, making iron daggers every time you want to make a new piece of armor that's above your level, your smithing level. That would be nicer than having to like, you know, like it would be better to be able to put points into smithing right off the bat, and then maybe pick like perks that like help you. Maybe not, like maybe you could pick a perk that means that you don't have to reach a level cap to make a certain type of armor. So say like I don't know, just pull out my ass, like elven armor is like level 30, like whatever. I don't know if that's actually true or not. And smithing. Um, so to make elven armor, you have to reach that level. Maybe if you took the I don't know, like the gifted apprentice perk for smithing, you could not have to like you could make a set of armor that is 5 levels above your current smithing skill. Like if you hit like level 25 in smithing, you can just make elven armor right off the bat because you have that particular perk, as opposed to having to spend the entirety of the fucking game making iron daggers, and then your smithing will level up faster because you're making more advanced armors at lower levels, which would advance your smithing. And so you're progressing at a steady pace, and you're not having to sit there for an hour a fucking day doing the same thing over and over and over again. Same thing with magic. Like you know, like let's say you want to make a a conjuration build. You want to summon monsters to do your bidding. You know, that's what you want. If that's the case, then you could do, I don't know, like you could put a lot of points into conjuration magic, and then you could take perks and skills that will, uh, you know, allow you to kind of have bonuses in conjuration. You know, aside from just like the 50% cost bonus, and then as you get later into the levels, let's go look. This conjuration's like right here. Yeah. Yeah. And there's some pretty powerful magic in here. You're gonna spend the entirety of the game getting there, and maybe that's the point. But I don't want to spend, you know, 15 to 20 hours getting decent conjuration. I don't have time for that anymore. And maybe that's supposed to be fair. I don't know. It's just it seems like 20 hours is a long time to play a game. I understand why it's like that. It's supposed to slow you down so that you're not making a god build out of the gate like in Fallout 4, where like 15 levels in you're basically like Fallout 4 has a what I like to call the level horizon. So, and I mean this in a way of like at a certain point in Fallout 4, you kind of get over a certain curve. Does that make any sense? Like they're like early game, you're on equal footing with a lot of stuff, and some of the higher level enemies can just kill you, like Death Claws, you know, like in higher level super mutants. and you're squishy, like level 1, level 2, up to like level 5 or 6. And then once you hit like level 7, level 8, level 9 in Fallout 4, you know, you start to hit into the you're not being as challenged as much as you probably should be, because you have a lot of, you know, like you have, not only are you getting more health and you're finding better equipment, but your perks are also boosting your stuff significantly. Like even on like hard difficulty, by level 12 in Fallout 4, even on hard difficulty, I feel like I'm kind of hard to kill, you know. And the shooting mechanics also make it super easy, because you can snipe from far away and get like 4 times, 3 times sneak bonus damage, or you can do like you can just wear power armor, which is just a tank. You're inside of a tank. Um, so there are ways around the challenge, and they're not even that expensive. Like power armor can be expensive to run because it's power armor and you're using fusion cores to run it. So that can pretty quickly become expensive, because fusion cores, they're not hard to find, but they are useful for other things like weapons, for trading, you know, stuff like that. They're kind of like soul gems, you know. Power armor fusion cores are kind of like soul gems, you could say, and for that reason they're a little expensive. But sniping, I mean, you just need a rifle with a scope, you know, and like decent sneak stats. That's it. And you can do 3 times damage or more on enemies and one-shot people from way the fuck far away, you know? And you're pretty much never in any danger. And that's kind of the same thing with like the stealth archer thing. I just like at a certain point in Fallout 4, even if you're playing super aggressively, like you're raiding them with shotguns and automatic rifles and throwing grenades, you know, when the enemies are like as well equipped as you are, by level 15, you're pretty much unstoppable. You know? Like it takes like you kind of have to be bullshitted into a death to die by level 15, you know? Like you have to either purposefully fuck up, or you get like, I don't know, like a random grenade just goes off right at your feet as soon as it gets thrown or something, or you fall off a cliff, you know, like something like that. And it's not the in Skyrim, if you're doing a two-handed build, it becomes that quickly too. Because by the time that you're like level 10 in Skyrim with two-handed, even if you don't have heavy armor, unless you're fighting like a troll or, you know, like a super high level NPC with good armor, I mean, you're really not having a hard time at all. There's Bleak Falls Barrow right there. Look at that, Bleak Falls Barrow. There it is. And you can one-shot bandits on normal and hard. Again, by like level 10 or 15, because you have, you know, you've probably upgraded your sword. You probably have really good armor. You have high health. Like, you know, like level 15 health, you can be like what, like 250 hit points. That's insane. Even dragons are super fucking easy by like level 15, dude. Like it's crazy. I just like I would like it if the game slowed down progression. If that makes any sense? Like I feel like things need to be more balanced. I don't feel like melee builds should be leveling up significantly faster than magic builds, you know, or speech builds, where you're basically being punished for trying to be those things because everyone is trying to kill you when you're fighting. There aren't many opportunities to actually persuade or intimidate people, for being honest. I mean, it comes up in conversation, but it's usually not the best choice anyway. I mean, like, it can be a nice choice. It can, like, oh, I want more money, or you should do this, but you don't really need it. You know, when you can just kill the guy, or just kind of do what the hell he's asking you to do, and probably come out on top with more stuff in the process. It's persuade in Skyrim is more of a time saver and less of an actual way to progress a story. Does that make it like in Fallout New Vegas, and I'm doing New Vegas again, because New Vegas is immediately before Skyrim, and I just find it kind of weird that Bethesda didn't borrow from it. Although I guess, yes, Elder Scrolls and Fallout are two completely different franchises with completely different ways of doing things. But if New Vegas got it right, then why would you not, not copy it, but just kind of take stuff from it? And then fucking Fallout 4 got Skyrim'd. I mean, Fallout 4's progression system is pretty much a fucking copy of Skyrim's. I mean, yeah, you have your specials instead of these, and there's a lot less of it. Why is my speech so high? Oh, I bet because of the blessing of charity thing. But I mean, it's just really fucking frustrating. Because I would do a mage build if mages were viable. If I wasn't, and it's not even about getting one-shotted, okay? Because you could get one-shotted as a mage in Skyrim or Oblivion too. All right, that's not the problem. Right? Yes, mages are super fucking squishy. My problem is that if I am playing a mage, I'm going to be advancing the story, so I'm going to get into higher leveled stuff where you're expected to be at a certain level to play this part. You are going to, and yes, the Radiant, leveling thing does apply to some extent, but if you're fighting a fucking Draugr Overlord as a mage, you're kind of fucked. I mean, that guy is going to hit you with his gigantic two-handed ancient Nord axe and fucking one-shot you. I'm not even kidding. So, your only option is to become a tank mage, where you throw on heavy armor and sacrifice, your magicka until you reach enchanting levels that allow you to enchant heavy armor, which is something you can do in Skyrim or not, but in Morrowind. But I don't really like that. I feel like mages should be squishy, but there is no such thing as a glass cannon mage in Skyrim until you at least hit mid-level. Until you hit level 15. And by the time you're hitting level 15 in Skyrim, as a mage, you're already almost done with the goddamn main quest. Because it is such a slow way to level up your character. It takes forever. And you're relying on companions, you're relying on the environment to kill your enemies. Because your magicka, I mean, you can level up your magicka all day long, and yeah, you can put on clothes and wear rings, and necklaces, and amulets and shit. But you're still gonna be doing next to no damage because magic is so fucking weak in this game that you kind of it's super frustrating. Because I like magic. I like sword and sorcery. All right, I like the idea of the old white-haired, long-beard wizard dude with the fucking purple robe on, throwing spells and shit. All right, I like that. Okay, whenever I'm playing games and it's an option, and it's not completely fucking unviable like in Skyrim, I like to go for the mage. I like to be the old white-haired, long-bearded dude throwing spells and shit, fucking fireball, fire, like that kind of shit, But in Skyrim, it's so unviable until you hit. Oh. And you're doing so little damage. I mean, if my mage character at the start was a glass cannon, if magic was super fucking powerful in this game, to the point where fireballs would one-shot bandits and shit, and they can one-shot bandits, but I mean, if you're fighting the dragon, good fucking luck. If you're fighting a troll, I mean, I hope you like fire magic, and I hope you have enough magicka to fight that troll. I mean, and like we said, I mean, magicka is the fucking deal breaker with magic in this game. And yeah, it should be a thing, that there should be mana. But I feel like the power of magic should go along with the fact that it is a limited resource that your character only has so much of. Oh, there it goes. Alright. I feel like if I'm only going, well, I'll show you. I want you to count the number of seconds I can cast this fire spell. I'm gonna cast one-handed. Alright, that wasn't too bad. That might have been enough to kill like 3 bandits. Maybe. But it's not enough to kill much else. And if you're on higher, like what difficulty am I? I think I'm actually on easy. I'm on novice. Let's actually crank it up a little. Let's put it on adept. I shouldn't be on easy mode. I've played this game long enough. Oh, there's my fist. If you're playing on a higher difficulty, that probably isn't enough to kill much of anything. We'll go test it about. I mean, I've done mage builds. You've seen me play mage builds, and even on normal-ish difficulty, we've missed her speech. It's not enough. It's just not enough. And with speech, I mean, like, what the fuck is even speech in this game? You're kind of expected just to kill everything in your way. In this game, you're expected to just swing your sword until whatever it is drops dead. And I was going to talk about that. In Skyrim, let me talk to this guy.
How can I assist? Take a look.
Take a look.
Take a look.
Don't need it though. If you had an iron sword with like a fire enchantment on it, I'd buy that. These are just normal iron swords. That would be nice to have. Not gonna lie. Minor health, 800. You got minor squire. I already have light armor skills. That's gonna be easier to rank up. I mean, having extra 20 health, do I really? It's almost $1,000. It wouldn't suck. It is light armor. I'm doing a light armor build. Maybe. Let's save, and I'll think about it. Sure thing, bud.
Fortune smiles upon this meeting. Take a look.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. I've still got plenty of gold left over. And if I need to, I can always disenchant it and throw it on something else.
Will come to do business with us again.
Yeah, it's fine. We have more health now.
The north wind chills us to the bones.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad. We've got to figure out what happened. If that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're dealing with.
I think what really sucks is that the Elder Scrolls is actually a super cool universe.